All right, welcome back. So in this lecture, we're going to talk about the lasso tool. So in Photoshop here, I'm going to right click on the lasso tool here. So we have the lasso tool, the polygonal lasso tool, and then the magnetic lasso tool. So let's do file, save. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the lasso tool first. Okay, so basically it's going to be a free drawing selection tool. Okay, so once you see the okay, and if I hit delete, it's going to delete it. If I hit Control Z to undo that, I can hit Control C, Control X to cut and copy, and then Control Shift N for a new layer, and Control V to paste it. Whatever I highlighted with the lasso tool, that's what it's going to select. So think of the lasso as a free selection tool, right? So I can go around here and I can highlight this whole thing. It's going to grab everything inside of my canvas. Now, if I use the polygonal lasso tool, let's look at that. So I'm going to right click on the lasso tool and go to that. Okay, you can see if I hold shift, it'll draw a straight line. If I hold shift, it'll be a straight line. Still shift. Okay. And then I can draw it until I see this little circle, which means I've reached the end point. Okay, so again, the same thing is I can Control C, Control X, and it's going to cut and copy whatever layer I'm on. So layer 3, I could Control V layer 3, and then it'll make another layer. There we go. And that's really the polygonal tool. It lets you, we select it again here. It's more for straight objects. You don't have to do straight objects with it, but it's very angled. So that's really what it's designed for, is that. So if you're going to do like a polygon, let's say, I'm going to hit Control Z here. Okay, there we go. Control D, I mean. If I was going to do a polygon, very angle oriented, or a triangle, right? So if I wanted to do a triangle of something, it's very easy to do because it's polygonal, creates straight edged selections. So again, that's the idea. Now the last one is the magnetic lasso tool, which is more for, makes a selection by snapping to image edges. So for this example, what it's going to do, and it's going to create points. So you see the points here. And the reason why it does that is then it knows where it is, and it's magnetic. So it's going to magnetically attach to this rectangle because it's realizing that it's an image, right? And then, so this is the endpoint with a little circle. Okay, that's one way to do it. Now the other way, if I'm doing this oval here, same thing, it's going to be magnetic and it's going to attach to it, but you don't want to go too far off because then it's not going to catch it. You have to kind of, this is more of a sensitive tool because, like I said, if we're trying to select this, okay, then you have to use some precision here. And you can do it as long as you are kissing the edge, so to speak. Okay, as long as you pull it towards the edge, it's going to, for the most part, work on its own. Okay, you see how I kind of went off the rails there a little bit, which is okay. I mean, you could, let's try it one more time here, just to get it to, so it does take some practice to get used to it. It's not exactly where I want it, but that's all right. You get the idea. That's the whole point of this, is just to show you how the tools work so that you can utilize them for your projects and be efficient. Okay, so we're going to talk about the quick selection tool. So the quick selection tool is right here. It's right by the magic wand tool. So I'm going to click on quick selection, and you're going to love this tool. This is a very cool tool. So if I go and I zoom in on this octagon here, or polygon, elliptical, okay, and I select the quick selection tool, I'm going to show you the little description here. It's going to make a selection by finding and following the edges in an image. Okay, so you see the example there. So what it's going to do is if I grab, okay, well, it should be cooperating with me, but it's going to grab everything because there's not an image here. Okay, so what I want you to do is let's go to your favorite web browser, and I'm going to go to google.com, and let's look up kittens. Okay, and I'm going to do images, and I'm just going to grab the cutest kitten I can find. So this one right here, and I'll right click on that and just save it to the desktop. Okay, and then I'm going to close this, minimize that, and I'm going to go to the kitten report here, right click and open this in Photoshop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this quick selection tool to just select the kitten. Okay. So you see what happened there. It grabbed everything because we went outside the scope of the image. But if I try again and we just do this, right? And really the idea behind this, as I goof it up again, the idea behind this is to make it easy to select certain objects in the image. So there we go, success. So if I hit Control C, Control X, I'm going to cut out the kitten from there and then paste the little guy in here. And you can see we still need to do some cleanup, but the idea is you select them and then clean them up in here. Okay, so that's that layer. So if I turn these off, okay, then we can work with the kitten inside of here, and I can use the magic eraser tool to cut that out. Now it's going to, because the tolerance level is so high, if I set it to 10, that should clean it up. There we go. So that's how you use the quick selection tool. Now, the magic wand tool, if I right click on the quick selection tool and do the magic wand tool, what that's going to do is it's going to select by the tolerance level here of 32, set range when sampling color. So if it's selecting the same color, so for this example, if I select this right here, it's going to select everything because there's no tolerance. It's all the same color. All right, but if I go for the little kitten here, let's see if I can highlight them. There we go, layer 5. Okay, so you can see here it's grabbing more of the lighter colors here, right? And if I go back here and select this, you can see it's going to select certain parts of the kitten because of the tolerance level. Now if I adjust that to 10, okay, then what it's going to do is it's going to select everything. So you see the selection tools all the way around the canvas. Okay. And I think if you hold shift, you can select multiple spots. Yep, there it is. Okay. So I can select more of the kitten than just this because this is just going to go by the color. Now, if I set the tolerance to 50, okay, you're going to see it's going to select more of the kitten. Okay. There you go. Isn't he cute? All right. So there we go. And then I dragged him over here. So you can see that it selected most of the kitten, not all of it, but most of it. So I'm going to put him back together again. All right. So that is the quick selection tool and the magic wand tool. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next lecture.